No, it is, don't worry. Who's coming this year? So we just got confirmation that Radha Govinda, so that means Achyuta Gopi Devi Dasi Mataji will also be here. Haribo! Please visit our website, KLF 2024, for even more updates to be coming. There's going to be more people coming. You can also check the Facebook page, the website, our CNJ website also. But again, we need your help. You guys have been absolutely amazing, and we're killing it as far as budget goes this year, but we're still a little bit short. We definitely need a little bit more help. Again, this is a rundown of where we're going to be spending our money for the Kirtan Festival. As you can see, decorations. It's a little bit inflated, but we're going to be having a lot more decorations. Our Prabhupada altar will be covered in fresh flowers. Our whole main altar will also be covered in fresh flowers. We're also going to be doing a Julan, which is also going to be covered in fresh flowers. And guess what? Valentine's fresh flowers are not cheap. So again, we need your help. So we've gotten to close to $11,000 out of the $20,000 we were hoping for. Again, we do need your help. This wouldn't be possible without you supporting us, which is the next generation of ISKCON. So one more time, I'm going to ask for a few pledges. If anyone is ready to pledge right now, please raise your hand. If not, we're going to be over there in the lobby collecting pledges as well and sponsorships. I'm also wearing something very special today. Did anyone notice? Because I know a lot of you saw me last week. I wasn't wearing this. This is the Kirtan Love Fest 2024 shirt. All donors who donate 101 or more will receive a free shirt. If you are a student like me and can afford that right now, you can pay for just the shirt itself. But yeah, so if any pledges are willing to donate, please raise your hand right now. Anyone? Hare Krishna Prabhuji. $500. Hare Krishna Haribo. Anybody else wants to support our youth? You guys know I love picking on Matajis. Haribo Matajis. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. 200. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Prabhuji, your name? Keshav Madhav Das Prabhu. Haribo. Back to the Matajis. Most of the Prabhujis, they need approval from you before they can raise their hand. So you may as well just do it for your own family, right? So any Matajis, any Prabhujis? And again, if you're shy, don't worry at all. We're going to be out there collecting sponsorships as well. There are going to be more gifts for our donors as well. And our special donors will also be provided on the website itself with their name and engraved in. So please, 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 help us support our future youth. I myself am also going to be non-youth soon. I'm getting older. So I really want to empower our future generation and our Sunday school to make sure that they have something to grow into. So please meet us outside. Hare Krishna. Haribo.
Hare Krishna. Everybody can move forward. Please move forward so that we can keep more space at the back. I'm sure there'll be some brave warriors who would battle with their urge of watching Super Bowl and be here for Krishna Bowl and Hari Bowl. So move forward as much as you can. And we are going to have a nice presentation today from devotees from Gita Nagari. So let's welcome them with a loud Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. As you all know, we have a wonderful farm in Gita Nagari. During our summer months, from May to almost October, we had this community support agriculture. Every week we used to get fresh vegetables. And every week, year around, we get milk, fresh milk from Gita Nagari for members. So let's again thank them for all their wonderful endeavor and service. Srila Prabhupada made this point, simple living, high thinking. So it's a model of simple living where you can model of simple living where you can focus your energy towards cows and the farm, and at the same time elevate your consciousness spiritually. And Srila Prabhupada envisioned that you will have farm communities and nicely supported by the city temples. So farm communities can make the produce available for the city temples, and city temple supports the farm communities. So keep that in mind when you see all this presentation. Let's welcome them. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you all so much for allowing us to come. Thank you for the management team for allowing us to come and give this presentation. And it's always quite enlivening being back here. Is there a mridanga player around? If not, I can play. Okay. No problem. Okay, there we go. Okay. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janavala Bhagiri Varadari Jaya Gopi Janavala Bhagiri Varadari Yasodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yasodanandana Braja Janaranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Radha Shama Sundari ki jai, Jagannath Baladev Subhadra ki jai, Shri Shri Gauranta ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, so pass it on to Chris here. Start us off.
So, thank you so much for having us, Jai. So, one thing we like to do when we start off is sort of survey the room. So, let's get a little practice in. So, show of hands, raise your hand if your physical body is currently in New Jersey. Okay? Okay, good. We're all participating. Okay. Now, let me see a show of hands if when you go to the grocery store, you try to buy organic produce. I'm sure I'll see less hands. Okay. Okay, show of hands. How many people think fresh vegetables are expensive? Yeah, try. Okay, and two more. Let's do two more. Show of hands. How many people try to make an effort to eat healthy? Okay, Jai, a lot of hands, a lot of hands. So with that, that makes you all the perfect audience for this presentation, right? Some people who try to eat and live a healthy lifestyle, but also people who are sort of on the fence, like, ooh, I would like to, but it's expensive. So we just want to show you a little bit into the world that we live in Gita Nagari Dham, and how eating healthy is actually a way to directly enhance our spiritual life. So we are from Gita Nagari, and yeah, we'll show you a little bit about how we got started and what our offer is today. Do you have a click? Jai. So all of you who raised your hands and said your physical body is in New Jersey, that's our first geographical lesson today. So this little red dot that you see on the map is where we actually are. So if anybody is unfamiliar of where Gita Nagari is, by the mercy of Krishna, we are equidistant to a lot of neighboring temples and communities. So we're not very far from central New Jersey, this location. And we're also not far from ISKCON Philadelphia, Baltimore, and a lot of other communities that are able to engage with us. Srila Prabhupada really said that each city temple needs to be connected to a farm community. So of course it's very difficult to do that sometimes in a city, actually have a multi-acred farm and grow the things that you want to eat. But thankfully, we've been able to follow Srila Prabhupada's wishes and connect with each temple and develop a pipeline so that we can get this organic, healthy produce and items to each city temple. So a little bit of our story. So in 1956, Gita Nagari was first conceived by Srila Prabhupada. Now, what do we mean by conceived? This doesn't mean that in 1956 Gita Nagari, we knew where the land was. We knew where we knew what it was going to be. So there was actually a writing competition in India to develop what could the future ideal look like. What is a future world? And Srila Prabhupada wrote about Gita Nagari, a place that didn't exist yet. But of course, as we all know, Srila Prabhupada has a deep tendency of knowing what will happen and what will come to be. So Gita Nagari was conceived in this writing competition. And let's look at a little bit of what Srila Prabhupada mentioned. So the Gita Nagari will be, and let me pull this up here so that I can see what we're reading. So the Gita Nagari will be therefore the main preaching center of the supreme authority of Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead. It shall be proclaimed from that place that Sri Krishna, the supreme personality of Godhead, is the absolute enjoyer of all benefits derived from all kinds of works, sacrifice, cultivation of knowledge, that he is the absolute proprietor of all the material and spiritual worlds, that he is unalloyed friend and philosopher of all living entities, namely the gods or their rulers. The general people, the beasts and the birds, the reptiles, plants and trees, and all other animals residing in every nook and corner of the great universes. When such knowledge will be fostered from the vantage of the Gita Nagari, at that time only real peace and prosperity will usher in the world, so anxiously awaited by the people of the world. So in this conception, Srila Prabhupada has designated Gita Nagari as the center, this hub that needs to be connected to each neighboring community. And beyond that. But a place where the Gita is lived. For those of us, which is probably many of us who have read the Bhagavad Gita, imagine a place where that is lived in the simple lifestyle, in the sustainability of how spiritual practice is connected to what goes in the body and what is discussed on the land. So in 1976, almost 20 years later, Srila Prabhupada visits this place in Port Royal, Pennsylvania, which is 3 hours from here. Visits this place where devotees gathered together 2 years before this, in 1974, and purchased this land. Srila Prabhupada visits, and at first this land was called New Varshana. Srila Prabhupada visited, took a tour of the barns, a tour of the calves, saw the milk house, and saw such amazing facility. If anybody knows what Srila Prabhupada often says is that if we are able to use this material facility in the advancement and the proliferation of Krishna consciousness, then that is our duty to use that in that advantage. So Srila Prabhupada is seeing such facility, and in there he says, this shall no longer be called New Varshana. This is, in fact, Gita Nagari. So what Srila Prabhupada prophesied, finally he saw it and said that this is now Gita Nagari. So just a little timeline here. So from that 1976 visit, then production started, of course, with the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, things just start to sort of take off without any question. So the first hand-woven cedar from sheep wool was raised on the farm. Sri Sri Radha Damodar deities arrived at the farm in 78. Lalita and Vishaka, the gopis, arrived in 1980. Then through 85 and 95, Gitanagari is developing press, manufacturing of different treats, different things to distribute. So at the time, it was yogi bars. Yogi bars were the talk of the town. From 1995 to 2005, temple construction was complete using flooring and using the wood from the forest that is on the land. And then in 2010, which we'll hear about today, was the first introduction of the CSA, a program to actually distribute healthy produce to neighboring temples. So in 2013, Gitanagari became the first USDA certified slaughter-free dairy farm in North America. Now, when I first heard that, I found it bewildering to think that there was no other farm that really saw the life of the cows through their entirety. So not just, oh, okay, after 20 years, the cow has stopped producing milk, time to get rid of it, sell the cow, or, worst case scenario, slaughter the cow to make more money. So in 2013, which is not that long ago, Gitanagari was dubbed by the USDA the first slaughter-free dairy farm. And then now, from 2013 to now, we've been able to do so much infrastructure upgrades, been able to host, I don't know if anybody has been to one of the retreats at Gitanagari. So we're able to host body, mind, spirit retreats, introducing people to how it is like to live a lifestyle of the Gita. So on the right side of the screen, Srila Prabhupada says, anything grown in the garden, that is 100 times valuable than it is purchased from the market. Can somebody tell me why Srila Prabhupada may have said that? Why is it 100 times better? Yes.
Maybe because it's like more value, it just feels better to make it.
That's great. So the comment we just got was maybe it's more valued. Maybe it just feels better to eat this. So Dacia will show us some of the benefits of what we're offering today. So let's segue into what we're offering. So just to show you a little bit of the lay of the land for Gitanagari, there are 2 properties, 430 acres in total. A total of 90 cows. So we take care of 90 cows on a daily basis. Some of those are milking cows, but some of those are retired cows who just want to live out the rest of their lifestyle in pure happiness and bliss at Gitanagari Dham. And we have a pretty consistent rotation of about 20 or so devotees who actually live on the farm in residency. But you could see how much unlimited potential there is. So 95 cows and counting, 40 plus majestic peacocks. If anybody gets a chance to visit, you'll see why we call them majestic. We have one peacock that attends Mangalarti every single morning, very faithfully, yes. This is our dedicated team of devotees. And then those team of devotees are fulfilling Srila Prabhupada's 7 goals, which is compassion, education, cooperation, enthusiasm, support, simple living, and loving relationships. And that is really what we live by and hope to fulfill at Gitanagari. So a few quotes. Srila Prabhupada said in the conversation how they were happy, the inhabitants of Vrindavan, with Krishna and living in cows. That I want to introduce at any cost to do it. Produce. Make the whole field green. See that. Therefore, I am asking so much. Farm, 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 farm. That is not my program. Krishna's program. Anand Bhavanti Bhutani. Produce greenness everywhere. Everywhere. In a letter, Srila Prabhupada says, "This is the next aspect of Krishna consciousness, which I wish to push forward. If I am able to travel again, then I shall visit the farms and make them perfect. On these farms, we can demonstrate the full Varnashram system. If these farms become successful, then the whole world will be enveloped by Krishna consciousness." So you can see how important farm living was to Srila Prabhupada's mission. Our farm projects are an extremely important part of our movement. We must become self-sufficient by growing our own grains and producing our own milk. Then there will be no question of poverty. So develop these farm communities as far as possible. So Dacia is going to really dive into what we're offering in our CSA program, and how you can sort of be a part of this mission. Even though you're not at Gita Nagari, that's okay. You can still support and be a part of this very important lifestyle and distribution of healthy food. Jai.
Thank you so much, Chris, for that wonderful presentation. And so I'd like to turn our attention a little to what we are offering. So we're offering health, we're offering experience, we're offering community, and we're offering contribution to this aspect of Prabhupada's mission. So there was a program developed many years back called CSA, and this is a program to connect farmers directly to the consumers. So as you can see here, community-supported agriculture, CSA, is a subscription-based model for purchasing organic seasonal produce directly from local farmers. Okay, I'm a little embarrassed to show the next slide. But there was, one of the farmers.
That's him.
Yeah, that's me. I think that's it. Yeah, so, just harvesting some butternut squash, and as you can see, the neck got a little squashed on that one. Okay, so a little history of this CSA program. So started in 2010 with 25 members. And then since then has gone up to 115 members. And just a little fun fact about this picture here. This is when we used to start the seedlings in one of the greenhouses outside. And if you can see, there's a metal thing towards the back door with like a little spout coming out of it. So that's actually the wood fire stove. The thing about wood fire stoves, right, you have to refill it every 3 or 4 hours. So yeah, somebody was getting up at midnight to fill that thing. Luckily, we don't have that anymore. So just some pictures here. I guess at this point. Okay, so there's a field of okra we have. Of course, we all know this eggplant, bitter melon. It's a team we had a few years back. A team of volunteers we had, and actually from the university, and two of them actually ended up becoming devotees. One of them got initiated. The other one is on their way. So yeah, here's our orchard. Love those peaches. Can't wait till they're out again. There's harvesting some beets. Little weed mat we have. Love this picture. It's the farm truck. And then this is some baby Lokis that we had just put up, and some zucchini. And here we have, first we have, this is typical box. This is us loading up the boxes. So for those of you who were subscribed last year, this is a little sneak peek behind the scenes. And then this picture here, one of my favorite pictures. This is Bhakta Nikolai, and he, as you can see, harvested this massive Loki. So we were trying to get the Guinness Book of World Record for the biggest Loki ever grown. So I think we're a little short, unfortunately. Maybe next season. Okay, so benefits at a glance. Yeah, so what are the benefits of this CSA program? Improve eating habits, improved taste, organic veggies have superior flavor, self-satisfaction in supporting conscious farming, higher nutritional value using nutrient-rich soil, decrease bills, groceries, transportation, eating out, decrease exposure to harmful chemicals, pesticides, GMOs, etc. Here's a nice quote from Srimad Bhagavatam. Life's desires should never be directed towards sense gratification. One should desire only a healthy life or self-preservation. Since a human being is meant for inquiry about the absolute truth, nothing else should be the goal of one's work. Srimad Bhagavatam 1:2-10. Okay. So food safety alert. We forgot our little sound machine that goes like meh, meh, meh. Yeah. Okay, food safety alert. So the reason I wanted to present the following slides is to just get a little depiction of how delicate the whole food system is. So there's so much value in knowing where your food came from, who grew your food, the integrity it was grown with. Just allows for peace of mind. So FDA recalled products since 2017. Dark chocolate, cheese, ice cream, cookies, flour, nuts, muffins, bread, frozen broccoli cuts. Yeah. And then some usual brands, Meijer, Whole Foods, Hy-Vee. Yeah, some companies. And then reasons for recall: Salmonella, Listeria, some other science words from chemistry class, undeclared milk and undeclared eggs. And here's a recent example: E. coli outbreak linked to packaged salads. So this resulted in 10 illnesses, 4 hospitalizations, 1 death, and in 4 states, and no recall. So we can see, the thing is, as they mass produce vegetables, then unfortunately the quality control goes down, right? And then the ability to really follow these systems for proper health get compromised. Okay, so as you can see here, these are war vehicles, and then these are tractors, so you can see the similarity between them. So after World War II, so much infrastructure was created in order to create all this war armory. Then World War II ends, and then the world abroad became the world at home against the bugs, the pests, pretty much. So you can see that they actually used a lot of the same infrastructure used for these war armory and used them for modern farming, as you can see here with these tractors. So that's, it's just some of the initial uses of pesticides being sprayed on the field. You can see these kids just like thinking they're getting like a nice little spray, I guess, but they're actually just getting sprayed with chemicals. So I like this, Pestroy. Good, nice name for a company, right? Pestroy. Destroy the pests, Pestroy. So another fun fact is, in World War II, around World War II, the same German scientist who actually manufactured the chemical composition in order to, perpetuate the killing in the Holocaust and create the gas chambers that we unfortunately know about. So that same scientist also created the chemical compositions for pesticides. So organic food, or as your grandparents called it, food. Okay, so number of farms and average farm size. So this is a very interesting graph because it shows that, as the years go on, the amount of farms is going down, Actually, it's said that it's about 1% of Americans now are involved in agriculture. So the amount of farms are going down, but the size of those farms are actually going up. And the benefit of small farms are the focus that the farmer is able to give to producing the highest quality vegetables. Other benefits of small farms, there's studies that have found that in areas where there are small farms, there's actually less violence and better climate. And of course, this CSA program has been very instrumental in people being able to support their local farms. People support their local farms, and the local farms support them with better health. Okay, so CSA gives hope for the future. And then, okay, so play a nice little video here. Okay. Hope it's not too loud. Everyone feels happy? Okay. See? Local farms create happiness. Okay. Okay. I'm not able to switch to the next slide. Okay. Okay. So, other benefits. By supporting growing methods that protect soil resources, water quality, and assure you the most healthful, nutritious produce possible. Okay, I think I didn't say that right, but I think you got the point. So this is a nice picture. Actually, on the right here, you have soil that is completely depleted. No biological life in there. Now it's just a medium for pumping in chemicals. Whereas on the left, you see this nice soil, nice and black and rich with life and ready to give nice food. So this is a very interesting slide. It shows how there's actually a relation between the time from picking the vegetables to eating those vegetables and the nutrition that those vegetables have. So you can see green beans, so 11 to 15 days, 45%. Broccoli, 6 to 16 days, 25%. So you get a little idea. So fresh produce doesn't actually just mean like it's in the grocery store with that little spray mister on it. But it's actually coming from across the world. No, there's actually something more to this fresh produce. So we harvest from our fields and deliver to your table within 5 days. Can you guess who the best harvester on this team is? Yeah, that guy on top there. Okay, so our pricing. So average of 15 to 20 pounds per week, 7 to 10 or more varieties of primarily vegetables and some fruit per week. So it comes out to 36 per week. $1.50 to $2 per pound. And the dates, so it starts June 2nd and ends October 27th. That's 22 weeks. And prices for that, for the full share, it's $800, half share, $450. But there's a little incentive if you get before April 16th. Yeah, that's not on there. But it's on our, we have that information at the table. So before April 16th, there's a little bit of a price incentive. So eating seasonally, we hear this all the time, right? Actually, even Rupa Goswami in Nectar of Devotion says that it's actually, he recommends, well, actually more than recommends, he says in the section entitled Offenses to be Avoided, it's strongly recommended there that one give their deities produce grown in the season. So here's just a little, you can see there's a little variation in what we grow through the season. Keeps things exciting. Just take a look at that for a moment. This is kind of what a box generally looks like. And the comparison. So 10 organic vegetables from Whole Foods. I did this calculation last year. So that averages out to about 276. I took 10 vegetables that we are also providing, averaged them up, and that's what I got per pound. 276 per pound. At $36 per week, our price comes out to $2 per pound. So it's actually getting a better price even. We work with the local Amish who grow many vegetables, and this allows, in case we are not able to grow something, we have our Amish friends there ready to provide the vegetables. So with 15 to 20 pounds, you can make healthy, boosting smoothies. Anyone have a magic bullet at their house? Magic Ninja? Okay, cool. I love those things. Okay. Yeah. Cook in bulk or freeze for later. Yeah, that's always one of the favorite activities at the farm, is cutting up all the extra Corella we have and freezing it. Share. Preach with healthy prasadam. Yeah, make some prasadam for your coworkers, you know. You can tell them, yeah, we actually have a farm. And maybe they'll want to visit the farm with you. What better way to introduce them to Krishna consciousness? Get them out of that, right? Out of the office environment. You know, what better way to talk about Krishna consciousness but over petting a cow? Or donate it to the temple, or if any other ideas are there. Okay, so share, so in concluding words, share the wealth and show your support for this very important pillar of Srila Prabhupada's Grand Master Plan for giving Krishna consciousness to the world. So as we saw in one of the earlier quotes, Prabhupada said that by these farm communities, actually the whole world will be enveloped. So sometimes we're out there on the farm and we get a little discouraged because we can't just go on Harinam, immediately, or go on book distribution. But Prabhupada said, by developing these farm communities, the whole world will be enveloped. So you can see there's a puzzle piece, because we all have we can all play a part in this. So I'll turn it to Chris here to say some final thoughts.
So thank you so much, Dacia. So as we can see, by Srila Prabhupada's mercy, we are able to offer not only cheaper organic produce than some of these big stores out there, but also, as our special guest said earlier, it's also more value. There's so much value. There's more value in not only saving your time, which is a very visible value, but also the value in helping out a neighboring farm community that is participating in nonviolent practices. Like the benefit that you get on a spiritual level pays so many dividends than you can even imagine. So by just supporting such a program, in any way that you can, right? If you can't do the full share, doing a half share. If you feel like a half share is still too much for you, like Dacia said, just freeze them. Just freeze the vegetables and have it for later. Because the benefit of these 22 weeks coming up in the summer and fall season, you're going to experience so much of that goodness, so much of that healthy lifestyle. So even if you're still thinking about CSA, outside when you exit through these doors, we also have other Ahimsa products from the farm. So if anybody doesn't know what Ahimsa means, it's really non-violent practices. So really loving the cows and the nature. So there's Ahimsa cheese out there, pepper jack, mozzarella, cheddar, and paneer. There's also honey. And that honey you can actually get for free today if you do sign up for the CSA program. So very, very valuable product that we have out there. And we also have maple syrup. So we have a lot of maple trees at our farm. And devotees are working hard to secure the maple from the trees and make it go through the proper processes so that it shows up in these bottles outside as pure as possible. So you can always trust that any product that you get from Gita Nagari is always going to have a certain essence of purity, nonviolence, ahimsa practices, and also help you on your own journey of mind, body, and spirit. So yeah, thank you so much. With that, we would like to open the floor to any questions, anything that may not have been understood. Yes.
Is there anything you grow in the winter?
That's a great question. Is there anything that we grow in the winter, Dasya?
Yeah, so it's obviously cold. It's even colder than here because we're more inland. But yeah, we can grow at least 30 types of vegetables in the winter. Lettuce, greens, spinach, collards, radish, beets, things like that. So maybe one day we'll have a winter CSA. Let's see.
Yeah, great question. Any other question? Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. So our guest just said that the CSA program last year was so good. Waited for the broccoli and just for it to show up. And when it ended, there was a sense of missing it. So you can see how valuable it was. Thank you for sharing. Yes, Jai. Okay, so if there are any more questions, please feel free to see us outside. Even if you're on the fence, just tell us. Just say, hey, but I'm still worried about this thing. Just come and see us outside. And thank you so much. Hari Hari Bol.
Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Hare Krishna. So let's again thank them with a loud Haribol, Haribol, Haribol. They also have a nice table outside. So as